YouTube? We back again. This is actually a bonus video this week. I was, just going along with everything that's, looking at everything that's going on. This actual video is called Compassion in a Crisis. And the reason being, you look at everything that's going on, like the recent event, Hurricane Laura just went through Louisiana and parts of Texas, hit, Cameron, Louisiana, Lake Charles, and Lafayette. I'm actually from Lake Charles, Louisiana. The destruction and stuff that was left is almost, comparable to Hurricane Rita when it came through Lake Charles back in '05, and it's just sad. But the reason why I made this video is because the reason why it's called Compassion in a Crisis. Okay, we just had a hurricane come through, destroy a city, no power, no running water, no sewage, just things that, people lost their homes, things of that nature. But you have these jobs that want you to go back to work. Now let's think about that for a second. I don't have a home to stay in, so you want me to come to work and do what? Like when I get off work, where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to drive 2 hours maybe from Houston, or maybe 2 hours from Baton Rouge to try to get to work? I mean, how does it actually work? Because now I'm wear and tearing on my car. That's long I'm on the road. That's how accidents and stuff happen. So I'm trying to figure out, how they want you to do that. But I mean, don't get me wrong, having a job is great, but you have to have compassion for your employees. First off, your employees aren't numbers. We have names. My name, Solomon Savoy. I'm not 123897. That's not, I know that might show up on your employee login or your check stub, but that's not me. We're not herd of cattle. We people, we human. So I wanted to make this video because I've been talking to different people, and with the jobs trying to get you to go back to work, dealing with a hurricane, and you don't have nowhere to stay. And then we talking about hurricanes, but I'm talking about any natural disaster or any kind of conflict. You could, okay, let's go back to you just had a baby. Should that guy really go back to work the next day? Probably not. How about you give him a couple of weeks off? I know they're trying to pass laws and stuff on that right now. Also, we have the California fires. Do you really expect these people to go to work the next day and they just lost their home? Probably not. If it's an earthquake, I can go on and on with different scenarios, and I don't think these people should be going to work. Now, am I against work? No, I've been working since I was 15 years old, so no, I'm not against work. But what I'm telling you is, if you're the CEO or the president or the manager or the supervisor, you should have compassion for your employees to know that they're dealing with some things. Dealing with deaths in the family, dealing with a pregnancy, dealing with a natural disaster, things of this nature. You might want to lay off these people a little bit. Just give them a little space. I mean, the hurricane just went through last week, so I don't know how you want them to go back to work. How the truck's supposed to get into Lake Charles? Let's think about that for a second. To deliver whatever we're trying to deliver. Power lines down everywhere, poles leaning over in the street, trees down, and want them to go to work. Okay, so moving right along. I mentioned, compassion. I'll bring in a couple of stories that for people that's fans of like sports, like NFL and things of that nature. Andrew Luck. I don't know if y'all remember when Andrew Luck retired last year, played for the Indianapolis Colts, quarterback, great guy. I liked him. It's not my team. As you see, my team is New Orleans Saints. It's not my team, but I like football. I'm a football fan, so I love football. But when Andrew Luck decided to retire on last year, his own fans, which is crazy, his own fans were against it. Like, they own this man. This is a human being that played a sport, a violent sport, and you got to think about all the injuries he had. I think he had 11, 12, 13 different injuries in the last 3 or 4 years. His body is getting beat up. He's a quarterback. He's getting sacked, and he's not a pocket quarterback, so he likes to run and do things, get in the dirt. So he's getting even more hits. So you look at all these different injuries. The guy said he wanted to retire, and the people was in uproar. Like, why is he can't retire on us? He's our quarterback. Yes, he's the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, you are right. But you do not own that man. Not the owner don't own that man. Yeah, he's the owner of the team, but he don't own the player or none of the players. And we won't even talk about what owner said that basically like he owned the players. There's a couple of them that said that. I won't even get into that. I actually say that for another video now that I'm thinking about. I'll say that for another video. I'll give you another one. LeBron James. Remember when he did the switch? Nah, I don't agree with how he did the commercial and all that when he was going from Cleveland to Miami. But I like LeBron. I'm a fan of LeBron. But when he switched, do you remember all the people that was burning jerseys and cursing LeBron out and this, that, and the other? We don't own this. This man a professional athlete. He has a wife. He has kids. We don't own these people. We don't. We don't. I mean, either way you look at it, you don't own these people. Yeah, you play ticket. You buy your money. You get your tickets. You get your food and things. You go to the games. You might be a season ticket holder. Okay. You don't own the stadium. And you don't own that player. So if that guy want to go to another team or switch, it's them what they want to do. They want to retire early before they 30. We done had a couple of people did that. I can't remember the guy named San Francisco 49ers. He was under 20-something years old. San Francisco was about to offer him a big contract. The man said no. He's looking at CTE with all the injuries and stuff with the head. Matter of fact, side note, good movie to go watch is Will Smith talking about CTE and all that. Look, we don't own these people. These people want to retire. It's no different than when you're on your job and you say, oh, I didn't put in my 20-something years. I'm about to retire. How would you feel if your boss, I don't like the word boss, if your supervisor or president came up to you and said, oh no, you're not retiring on us, you got another 4-5 years in you. What? Think about that for a second. Let's just think about that for a second. If you was about to retire, you've done 20-25 years in the military, at whatever place of employment you've been at, and you say, I'm about to put in my resignation letter, I done did my 20-25 years to my country or to my job. You put it in, they say, no, you got 3-4 more years. How would you feel? So I can't tell these players that. So I'm bringing it all the way around. I'm coming back to the whole compassion in Christ. It's all about compassion. We got to have compassion for these players, for the people that work with us, the people that work for us. Even though you own the company and people work for you. Again, I'm saying it again. I'm going to keep saying this through the video. They're not cattle. They're not branded. You don't brand them and, like they do the wrought iron and do it with the cows and stuff. That's not what they are. They there to do a business, a job for you. You paying them to do their work. And guess what? They decide to leave, or they hurt, or just had a pregnancy, or a hurricane, like a Hurricane Laura comes through. They don't have a house. Maybe she show some compassion and say, hey, it ain't about the bottom line. Yeah, we all want to make money, but at this time, I need to show some compassion, because what happens is, in this situation with Hurricane Laura, what's going to happen is these jobs that's doing this, that's forcing these people to go back to work and they don't have nowhere to stay in Lake Charles or in Cameron, these people are going to end up quitting your jobs. Think about that. So they're going to end up, yeah, okay. So moving right along. People have a right to live their life. For some reason, I think, how can I say this and don't sound, I think that some owners of companies think that when you hire this person, it goes back almost to like an ownership type thing. You think, okay, I hired this guy, I'm paying him, okay, let's go with 6 figures. I'm paying him 6 figures, and he's here to do a job, but he's gonna do whatever I say within this job. So when he get off of work, remember I said this before in the video, when he gets off or she gets off, I'm still entitled to that time. No, you're not. No, when I clock out, I have a family at home. I have a life outside of this job. Matter of fact, I had a job before I got that job. So come on, let's stop with all the craziness and show some compassion for these people when, again, you don't own these people. So if it's a crisis, let's show a little compassion. Come on now. I need y'all to act like human beings. Stop acting crazy. You can't do work at a place with no power. Okay, I know what you're going to say. We got generators, son. Okay, that's fine. I don't have a house to stay in. The closest hotel I can get is 2 hours away from Lake Charles. 2 hours away. You expect me to drive? Are you paying me mileage to drive? Are you paying me, am I on the clock driving my car back and forth these 2 hours? To go there and work 10, 12 hours so I can turn around and drive another 2 hours back? So you don't care if I get in a wreck and kill myself or kill somebody else. You don't care nothing about that. I won't rant on that. I'll keep moving on that. I don't want to get stuck on that because I got some other stuff I want to cover. I like to do Bible verses. So the first Bible verse I was able to find, real good verse. Before I get into that, just because we sign these contracts doesn't give you ownership of these employees. You sign a contract, the offer letter. That's what they call it, the offer letter. Offer letter sounds good. Offer letter, you get all these little, your little perks, and might get a company car, or You get the company credit card, company cell phone, laptop, all that in the offer letter. You see the money you about to make. It's broken down weekly or bi-weekly, monthly. You're like, wow, this is nice. I want you to read that letter in its entirety and show me where it says, I own you. I done read a few letters, a few different ones, probably more than a few, several, I should say. I don't remember seeing nowhere in there say that you own me. It say this contract is voided by either you, which is the owner of that company, or the employer, or me, the employee. So with that being said, you don't own me. So let's move right along. First verse, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. And remember, we talking about compassion in a crisis. So let me read this to you right quick. And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, had forgiven you. I'm going to say it one more time. And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, had forgiven you. What did I just say in that whole verse? Be kind and show compassion to one another. That's what God wants us to do. So if God wants to do that, how you think I work on a job and this guy is just the supervisor or manager, and you think I'm going to take that from you, and God it's right here in the Bible. It's telling me I need to show compassion for my brothers and my sisters in Christ. So I need to be able to have compassion when they're going through things like hurricanes, like earthquakes, natural disasters, or deaths in families, or what if I'm going, all these things going on at once. What if it's a death in the family? What if it's the hurricane? Because think about it, hurricane this past month, I lost somebody in the hurricane. I lost my house, my car gone, I don't have nowhere to stay. Matter of fact, I lost my job. Well, I'm not going to say we lost a job. Remember, we're using the job as a thing. So I didn't lose the job. I still had a job, but the job wanted me to come to work. What a compassion there. Where's the compassion? What's my incentive for going to work if I don't have nowhere to stay? You giving me a trailer to live in with me, my wife, my kids, and everybody to stay in? You go help me fix my house? No, you're not. You want me to go file on insurance with FEMA and everybody else. But you don't care nothing about that. Yeah, I know you probably give me what it is. Probably give me a generator. If you're a good company, you might give me a generator, maybe an AC unit. You got a hole in the bedroom from the roof, water coming in. I don't think the generator go, or the AC go blow the water out the hole. Just saying. I don't have power in my whole house, but you want me to come to work? Yeah, okay. So let's move right along. Compassion is concerned with the human spirit and soul, not material or physical things. I wanted to read that because that was a good one. And when I thought of that, compassion is concerned with the human spirit and soul, not material and physical things. The physical thing is the job. You want me to go to work and bust my butt? Where's the compassion in that when I'm dealing with a hurricane in Lake Charles or Beaumont or Orange or one of these cities? Where's the compassion in that? I mean, I'm trying to, let's think about this for a second. Are you telling me work is more important than my life or my wife or my kids or my health? I think you are. I think some of these employers are. Nah, I know the people are like, oh, Solomon, you bashing employers. Am I? Am I bashing them, or are they giving me the information for me to be able to bash them? Think about, where do you think I got this from? It's not, I ain't just pull it out of thin air. Think about it. This is information that I've talked to a few people, and this is what they're saying. So it's that important for me to come back to work, but I don't have nowhere to stay. I keep saying that because I want you to get there and I don't have nowhere to stay. Closest hotel is 2 hours away. It's either here in Houston, where I'm at, or it's 2 hours away the other way in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I'm gonna drive 2 hours. Yeah, right. Okay. Again, Louisiana, parts of Texas look like a war zone. It look like a bomb went off. You know, not a nuclear, but a pretty good sized bomb went off and just destroyed these people's homes and trees. You don't believe me? You pull it up on the internet, you'll see the pictures and the videos. You know, you got friends on Facebook that's from the area, you probably already seen it. You know, hey, support Lake Charles. You know, if you can give back the money or maybe just cases of water or whatever it is, you know, try to help out. Again, most companies, I'm saying this again, they care about the bottom line. That's what it's all about. Oh, think about it. Don't let me shut down in about a week. So you that insecure with your workers being off that you're losing that much money? Nah, no. Again, you're gonna say, Solomon, It's $1 million company. Or it's $1 billion business. Well, if it's $1 million company or $1 billion business, why don't you act like it? Why don't you show these people some compassion? Why don't you help them? I ain't saying you got to pay to fix the house, but maybe you get some support to go out there and help get these houses fixed and get some power back on and things of that nature. What are you doing to get these people back to work? Besides, hey, I'll offer you a hotel room. Okay, where the closest hotel at? I'm waiting. I want you to Google it. Go Google the closest hotel around Lake Charles that's open. And tell me where that's at. Baton Rouge, like I said. Oh, you want to go north to Alexandria? That's about an hour and some change away. Oh, you want to come over here to Houston? Okay, it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on what part of Houston. So where are we going? Okay. Moving right along. I ain't want to make this video too long. It's just crazy to me that companies care that much about money and they don't, I hate to say it, they don't care nothing about the employee or the extension of the employee, which is the family. Employee and family go hand in hand. Guess what? The guy works for you. He's married. They got kids together. That's the family. So where the wife go? Stay while he at work. Now if he's single, maybe he can do some things. Maybe it's a single man, single woman. Maybe they can do some things. When they married, it's not just, you gotta think about, I'm not just thinking about me. I done been in the military. I done been to war in Iraq in 05, 04 and 05. So I done been in a war zone. I made it back, thank God. But my thing is, maybe my wife hasn't never seen that before. Maybe my kids never seen all this stuff before. Or never lived in a house with no power. Not for, I ain't talking about when the power cut off. Like, matter of fact, the power cut off today for about 2 minutes. It wasn't nothing. But I'm not talking about 2 hours. I'm talking about we have no power. None. Zero. Zilch. Zero. However, whatever language you want to use, we have no power in Lake Charles and surrounding areas. Cameron, Louisiana, have no power. Everything's leveled, like homes and everything. So what are we going to do? Where's the compassion in that? It's a crisis. It is. It's a crisis. Obviously, the government said it's he considered a natural disaster as a crisis area. Where's the compassion, employers? Okay, moving right along. It's not all about making money all the time, but it is about caring about people. At the end of the day, you got to think about you the owner of the company, you the supervisor, the manager. Now I know some of y'all in management positions, you're getting pushback probably from somebody that's higher up. It happens all the time. It's all about operations costs, safety I'm from safety, so safety get pushed to the side, especially doing something like this. So they'll do stuff unsafe. They want to try to make sure the safety guy is never around. So saying that, with all this, you still got to care about the people at the end of the day. If I own a company and I got 2, 3, 400, 5,000, 20,000, 40,000, how many employees I have that's in that affected area, been working for me for 2 years, 8 years, 20 years, a month, 2 days, whatever, they my employee, I should make sure that at the minimum, you safe, your family's safe. What can we do? We can offer counseling maybe. Maybe how about you do that? How about you start doing? How about you start with counseling for these people that's going through this stuff? When there's a hurricane or a death, how about we offer counseling? I know some companies do it. I'm talking about right now. What are you doing besides telling them they need to come back to work? How about we offer counseling? How about we say, hey, we can go out. We got some guys that's carpenters that work here. They willing to go help out some of y'all at your house, at your homes, and help y'all, get back on your feet. I heard companies do that before. Again, I don't say names, but why we not looking at it like that? Why we not trying to see what our fellow brother or sister needs in this time of crisis instead of just worrying about them coming back to work? You don't own them. You don't own us. You don't. It's like the commercial. Me and my wife always laugh at the little kid on there watching soccer and the dad asking me, I won't. They won't. You don't. You don't own us. You don't own none of these people. They work for you. Simple as that. Again, people in Hurricane Laura Path, they need help, with getting homes repaired, for family. They need money, things of that nature. So again, I'm Lake Charles, Lafayette, those areas, if you able to provide any kind of support doing that, hey, I say, American Red Cross, however you want to donate or help out. I know they got a couple of people. I read a story, I can't think of the name. NBA basketball players from Lake Charles. He donated some money. I seen that on Facebook. God bless him. God bless him. I wish I had millions of dollars too that I can help and donate that money. Not yet, but maybe one day. So that's how it goes. Moving right along. How do we fix somebody that don't have compassion? I mean, can it be fixed? And it's just asking general questions. I'm not asking these questions expecting an answer. But if you want to answer in the comments, go ahead. We can think about how do we fix compassion, or how do we fix a person that doesn't have compassion? Can we fix that? That's a good question. So if you want to comment on the comments, hey, I'm all about responding back. So we can talk about that. To me, each person is in control of their own level of compassion. Because you got different levels to it. You might be the person that, hey, I'll give you $2. Or you might be the person that be like, you know what? Instead of giving you $2, I'll show you how to make $10 an hour. Or you might be that person when we in a hurricane just passed. I'm not gonna call you the next week and say, I need you in here next week. We got work to do. My first thing should be, hey, Solomon, how you doing? How's your family? So, how am I doing? How's your family? How did you make it through the storm? Were you able to get back to Lake Charles? Where are you located at now? Do you need anything? How about we ask those questions? Let's start it's like a friendship. Why? You're supposed to be my supervisor, you're supposed to care about me. Let's start there. Let's start with those questions. Did your house get destroyed? Oh, you ain't been back yet? Man, there's no power. Stay where you at. We gonna cover it for right now. We're gonna work with a skeleton crew, people that's in the area and working. We're gonna try to work as hard as we can. But if you can, come in, let me know. How hard is that? Instead of saying, hey, I need you in next week. Next week to do what? What am I doing? I don't know where to stay. Okay. I'm not gonna harp on that too much longer. We're gonna go into the next Bible verse. I always try to do two. Sometimes I do one, but hey, So this the second Bible verse is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. It's a real good one. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion. That's that word, compassion. One of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. I'm gonna read that one more time because I like this verse. 1 Peter 3 and 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion, one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. What is he saying right here? What do you think they're saying? It's the same thing I just said through this whole video. He's showing compassion for your brothers, for your sisters in Christ. You're showing compassion for people that's going through something, dealing with something. And you gotta think about not I'm thinking about this even a little bit further. You gotta think about not just the hurricane and what it destroyed. What is people mind at right now? PTSD, things of that nature going on, stressed out, anxiety. I'm pretty sure it's high. That could bring on heart attacks and other heart diseases. And think about it. But you want this person to come back to work. So now I can make a decision. I can leave Houston where I'm at, or I can leave Baton Rouge where I'm at. Tell my wife and kids, hey, y'all stay here in the hotel, come to paying for the hotel, and I'll try to drive back and forth. Or maybe I'll just go be dumb. My new word that I'm using, I told you I found in the Bible, I'm going to start using it. I was taught not to say it, but I'm going to start saying it. I could be a fool and go ahead, go down there, try to stay in the house with a hole in the roof. Well, next time it rains, I'm just going to get wet. I mean, they got mildew already forming up, mold. I'm going to go because I'm that dedicated to the job. No. Let me stop because I'm not going to do it. Think about it. Me and my wife just talked about this earlier. I'm laughing because it's funny. Think about this. When you get fired or laid off, do they give you a 2-week notice? No, they don't. They call you in the office. Trust me, my last job, that's what happened to me. They call you in the office. Hey, go ahead and turn in your laptop, your cell phone, any passwords for the laptop. Here go the paperwork you need to sign. Bye. So knowing that jobs do that, they do it all the time. I'm not against giving 2-week notice because I've given them in the past. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm against giving them because I'm not. I'm really not. But the thing is, why should I give you a 2-week notice if you don't show that same compassion when I'm going through something like this, like this storm, or these earthquakes, or fires, or a death in my family, or whatever, a birth in the family. You know, I just had a kid, or whatever the case is. No, I didn't have no kid. I'm just like, no, I didn't. But I'm just bringing up these different things. So you're not showing me compassion then, but you want me to give you a 2-week notice? You know, there's a saying. It's a joke, but it's really true. How about you notice I'm not here for 2 weeks? Meaning, most people don't give 2-week notice for jobs that treat them like this. You showing your true colors right here. You showing me everything I need to see during a hurricane crisis. Compassion in a crisis. You're showing me the level of compassion, which is nothing, because you're just worried about the job. So when I do find this new job, why should I give you a 2-week notice? Because I'm gonna think back. It might be 3-4 months from now, maybe a year from now. I'm gonna think back. Man, I remember when Hurricane Laura came through and that job just wanted us to go to work. They didn't care about, none of that. So you bringing this on yourself when they quit without 2 weeks. Now you're gonna be mad. Well, you put me in a bind. Funny. You put me in a bind 3-4 months ago, a year ago. You put me in a bind. Want me to come to work and knowing I have nowhere to stay because my house is. And I'm saying a hole in the roof. What if the house is destroyed? There's no house. The house gone. The trailer, the mobile home, RV, whatever, it's gone. I have nowhere to stay. You ain't show compassion then, so why should I have compassion for you when I get ready to quit this job and find me somebody's go treat me the way I want to be treated? Just saying. And in closing, coming down to the end, at the end of the day, we on this earth together. So let's have compassion. We all here. God created Adam and Eve. It wasn't just Adam by itself. He created Eve to have a helpmate. Think about it. It's both of us. Two of them. 1 + 1 is 2, not 5. But we multiply. It's many of us on this earth. So people dealing with crisis, let's have compassion for them. Let's love one another. Show compassion for others, especially during a crisis. Once again, I wanted to drop this video. Like I said, it was on my heart and my mind. I talked to my wife. I was like, I'm gonna drop another video. Usually, hey, I don't do 3 videos in a week. Obviously, I'm just started doing 2 this week, but I just had to get this off my chest. Cause I'm like, you know what? These people, these employees, you wrong. I'm gonna call you out. Cause this is faith-based workplace where faith and work intersect. It's all about faith and work and everything. So it's all together. So it's all talking about the same thing. Employers treating employees like that. It's the same thing. So that's why I'm at with it. So yeah, I'm gonna call you out. I'm not gonna say your name. It's more subliminal. It's like one of the things that the shoe fit, wear it, or you know who you are. But some people go watch this video and go be like, oh, that's my employer. And they could be anywhere around the world watching this video and thinking about, man, we had a mudslide and yeah, they worried about us coming to work next 2-3 days. It happens. So once again, this is Faith-Based Workplace YouTube channel. I'm your host, Solomon Savoy Jr. If you like the content, click the bell to subscribe. I welcome your comments. Remember the question I asked, how do we fix compassion, or can we actually fix a person with no compassion at all? Is that even fixable? I'm looking forward to your questions and your thoughts on that. Just like we do posts on Facebook and everything, let's start a discussion on this video in the comment section. I'll answer back everybody that I can unless I get an overload, which I pray I do get an overload. I pray that so many people respond to this that I can't respond to all y'all in one day. But eventually I'll try to get to everybody. So how do we fix compassion? So let's start that discussion in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm going to post, I'm going to link previous videos at the end of this video, and there you have it. Once again, hey, praying for everybody in Lake Charles and Cameron, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Louisiana, Alexandria, Beaumont, Orange, Texas, Port Arthur, Texas, all those areas that was, I know, severely hit by Hurricane Laura. Praying for y'all, and once again, be blessed.